Hello. We are going to get started nice and promptly. All right. I'm going to hop right in tonight and start right away so that we can jam pack what I want to pack into the next 20 minutes or however long we chat. For those of you who are just hopping on or just joining us and were not able to catch the recording or replay from yesterday, just a reminder that if you scan down a few posts, you'll be able to find the subscription link. So you're able to actually subscribe and get these videos sent to you. You'll get reminders sent to you on a daily basis. So you'll get the email sent to you every evening with the replay of our video. And you will get that sent directly to your inbox. So you can save it for a later date and have it at any time. I just wanted to remind you too that you are able to turn on, hey girl, you're able to turn on notifications for when I go live. You're able to do that at the top of my page. And you can also share this with other people. So you are welcome to tag people or share this with anybody you think would benefit from it. And so I'm super excited tonight to jam on something that I know a lot of you ask me questions about, and it is something I'm really proud of. So I'm going to chat with you tonight about the top 7 medicine cabinet products to ditch now and what you can replace them with. And I'm not going to mention specific names of products. You guys are going to get the gist. But this is something that is really important to me. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a story. That's how I love to share. But when I first started using essential oils, I was a pharmacy junkie, right? I would go to the pharmacy all the time to grab everything for everything I was going through. Whether I had a stuffy nose, I had a cramp in my leg, I had a cramp in my stomach, I had an upset tummy, I had all these random different things that arise. The first thing I would always do is run to the pharmacy to grab something for whatever I was going through. And so when I first started using oils, I was the biggest skeptic. I thought they were crazy. I thought that making blends for my digestive issues or whatever I was going through was like voodoo and like witch doctor-ish. And so it took a while for me to realize that I was able to replace a lot of the things that I was using in our home, whether that was cleaning products or medications or whatever, with my natural supplements. And so my hope tonight is that you leave with 7 products that you can use to replace the products that are currently in your medicine cabinet or your cupboard at home to help you with everything you might be going through, okay? So I want to start tonight with a essential oil that is near and dear to my heart. And so that's Digest Zen, or in Canada, Zengest. And Zengest or Digest Zen is a blend of essential oils that help with digestion. So I love using Digest Zen as a replacement for the things in our home that we would use for struggles going to the bathroom, whether that's too much or too little. Digestive upset following a meal. So you had too much to eat, and you know that just uneasiness in your tummy. I love using Digest Zen just topically for any of that. When motion makes you feel a little bit queasy, so whether that's flying or in the car or on a ride, right? Like we go to Disney World once a year, and I like some roller coasters. I like Space Mountain. And it makes me queasy, regardless of how exhilarating and how much I enjoy it. It makes my stomach really upset. So I love taking Digest Zen and applying it topically or even a drop under my tongue to help ease any of that, that illness or that sickness from motion. I love Digestin when I've had a few too many to drink, so that uneasiness you might feel the night of or the morning after, right? Typically followed by a headache as well. I love Digestin for that. Or when you have a stomach that's a little bit overly acidic, right? Overly acidic and it starts to move up your esophagus a little bit, if you know what I mean. Digestin is incredible to use both topically on the area as well as internally. So one of my favorite ways to use it is in the form of a tea. I'll make like a warm tea. So that is one. So I love using Digestin as a replacement for the things that I would typically use for an emotion or struggles going to the bathroom or digestive upset following a meal. These are a few of my favorite ways to utilize Digestin that may help replace a few of the things that you currently use in your home. I want to let you guys know that this is not somebody, I'm not somebody who's just preaching to you. So we have not used an over-the-counter medicine in our home in over 3 years. So ever since we started using essential oils, there have been times, I don't want to lie, there have been times where I have thought that I was going to need that Sudafed or thought I was going to need that Advil. And I've actually been able to get away with not using any of that stuff because of how powerful or how well my natural supplements work. So I want to let you guys know that we don't use any of that stuff in our home anymore. Not to say that if I have a pounding migraine that's not going away, that I'm not going to grab an Advil, which I totally would, right? I totally believe in modern medicine to some extent, but I'm typically going to go out and grab a sample pack of that Advil because I know I'm not going to need a ton of it. So these are just a few things that I use in my home and a few things that we have ditched and what we use as a replacement. So I love peppermint. Peppermint is one of my faves. It is the one of the top 3 most used oils in doTERRA, but also for myself and our family. So I love peppermint, and peppermint is a fantastic replacement for quite a few things. So I love peppermint topically when your body is overheating or you need to cool down a little bit, whether that be from not feeling well or that be from you being too overly active. So that's a really great one for us to utilize when we're really hot or really warm and we just need to cool down a little bit. It's great when your breath stinks, right? Peppermint is fantastic, and we've utilized this in our home as a replacement for our old Listerine that we used to use. So I love utilizing peppermint, whether as a breath freshener or a mouthwash, right? Just some random uses, guys, that just to get your mind going, holy, I didn't even think I could use them for that. I love peppermint when I'm experiencing head or neck tension, right? You've been sitting at a computer for too long, or I get a lot of head or neck tension from driving. I'm not sure if you guys ever experienced that. Peppermint just a little bit along the temples and forehead and into the hairline. An amazing way to just ease any of that tension you might be experiencing. When you're experiencing nerve discomfort, so I actually know individuals who have experienced really sore backs caused from any nerve issues they might be experiencing, and they've had an amazing benefit from peppermint. So for those of you who might struggle with that may be something that could really help you. So peppermint, like I said, overheating body, breath stinks, or head or neck tension, any nerve discomfort. These are just a few of the things, and I'm sure you can kind of put some names, right, to some of these things that you could utilize peppermint for instead. Clary sage. So clary sage is one of those fantastic ones for women. How many of you guys here have experienced clary sage? If you haven't, highly recommend this essential oil as a replacement for those things you'd use during that time of the month for us women. So no wine tonight, what the heck? It's just sparkling water. I love clary sage for I use it topically during the time of the month to help ease any cramping or hormonal shifts. And personally, I am obsessed with clary sage for helping me calm the crazy during that time of the month. So I'm not sure if any of you guys experience this, but I tend to turn into quite the monster. I don't know about you, but that time of the month for me is Monster Brittany. You may have experienced her before because I almost feel like I can't control her sometimes. But I love clary sage for just calming that. I find that it really cuts that down a bit. And then I love clary sage topically for easing any discomfort that I might feel from whether it's cramping or just soreness, right? Sometimes we experience that. So I love clary sage. So clary sage for that time of the month, women, is fantastic. And a benefit is it smells great. So I adore the smell of it. I think it's fantastic. I diffuse it a lot, but topically it's not an aroma that's like, ooh, it's super strong. For me, I love the smell. It's very comforting. So love clary sage. So number 3 would be clary sage for all those monthly things us women deal with. My number 4 is vetiver. And vetiver is an essential oil that is very, I like to call it like my little sedative. And I have had some miraculous results with vetiver. So I experience anxiety from time to time, undiagnosed anxiety, but more along the lines of just like panic when it's triggered by something, whether that be death or that could be really anything, but mostly it's caused from some death. Yeah, diffuse it when my wife's monthly things appear. Yes. But I love vetiver, and I've had some miraculous results the past 2 weeks, especially when I've been experiencing a little bit more anxiety because of a loss. And so I've been using vetiver to help me in the evenings wind down before bed, and also to get to sleep a little bit quicker than usual. So for those of you who do struggle getting to bed at night, and maybe you pop a few pills of some kind at night to help you sleep, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you all know what I mean. I love vetiver topically. I apply it to the soles of my feet. It's a bit sappy, so just beware. It takes a little bit of patience to get out, which I find myself is like a little meditation on its own. But I love vetiver on the soles of my feet, and then I'll take the rest afterwards, and I'll just take a big whiff. Hopefully your feet don't smell too bad. But vetiver is going to help you fall asleep a little bit easier. It's going to help you fall asleep a little bit quicker. And the best part about it is there's no aftermath. So you know that aftermath, if you've taken something in the evening to help you fall asleep and you wake up in the morning super groggy or angry. For me, I used to wake up angry, or I really struggled to get going in the morning after I would take something in the evening to help me fall asleep. So I love vetiver because I don't get any side effects. There's no morning grogginess. I wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I'm ready to roll. So that is one of my absolute favorites. Yeah, either you have a dropper, or I put my finger over the end of it and I give it a couple good shakes to typically what you do is you just want to let the air out, because the air gets trapped and it's a little bit harder to get out. I do not dilute vetiver with a carrier oil. Vetiver is very soft for the skin, so it's not going to harm anything at all. It's like sandalwood. It's nice, and it's thick and sappy. I love it. It goes on very nicely on the soles of the feet, and works really incredibly well at helping you to get a really good night's sleep. Number 5, I love lavender for any skin irritations or skin issues. So think, summertime rolls around, the kids are running around, they trip, they fall, they touch their finger on the barbecue, or they touch their finger on the bonfire. I love lavender for your cuts, scrapes, bruises. Instead of that ointment that you could put on something, that what it ends up doing is just completely blocking that area from breathing. So lavender is going to really help to speed up that recovery. And it's not going to block any air from getting in it. It's not going to block anything. It's going to allow your body to do what it's meant to do, which is clot and heal. Your body knows how to heal itself. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of a reminder, but your body does know what it's doing. And so we don't need to put this Vaseline-like substance on the surface of our skin and think it's going to heal it, right? So I love lavender for just any cuts, scrapes, bruises, burns. It's fantastic as in a spray bottle. So I love taking a spray bottle with water. You can actually use vodka as well in it. So water and vodka. Vodka just helps it last a bit longer. It's more of an astringent. And I love adding lavender to that. I'm using it as a post-beach spray just to calm any redness that might happen. And I love just the soothing effects that you get from that lavender and water. So lavender is really great. Like I said, cuts, scrapes, bruises. Stop putting that ointment-like stuff on your skin. It's not good, and it's actually full of junk that just clogs the skin and doesn't allow your body to heal. So what happens is you keep buying that bottle because the thing's not healing, right? So I love using lavender for that. It's incredible at helping to kind of speed up that process a bit. Number 6, I love wild orange to improve my mood and pull me out of those blue down moments. You know those moments when you're just so down on yourself, or you're just not feeling like yourself, right? Whether you're tired, or you're gloomy, or you're going through something, whether you're experiencing a loss, or you're going through a divorce, or maybe your kids just moved away, whatever it might be. I love using wild orange in replacement of a lot of different things that people use to brighten their mood, whether that be shopping, or eating food, or taking a substance. I love wild orange to just get me out of that rut. So I will take a couple of drops of wild orange into my palms. I'll take a massive inhale through my nose and just breathe in the aroma. Typically when I'm feeling blue or down, I'll also use a drop or two behind my ears and down the back of my neck or hairline. And then if you guys don't use one of these, I love lava jewelry to put my oils on so that I can just give it a sniff anytime I'm feeling like I need that mood brightening. So wild orange is an amazing one to brighten mood. It's great to diffuse or inhale from your palms, like I just said, or use on your jewelry or perfume. Just the aroma alone is going to spruce up your mood and give you a bit more energy, so you can get on with your day and kind of go about the things that you have to do without feeling so down all the time. Number 7, last but not least, guys, I could go on forever, but I'll stick with 7 so I don't have you here all night. But I love Deep Blue, and I love it for so many different reasons. But one of my favorite ways to use Deep Blue is in replacement of those things that you buy at the store that just go hot, right? Those patches you buy or those rubs you can buy. I love Deep Blue for those aches and pains and sore muscles or sore joints because of the power of the essential oils that are in it that help really get to the root cause of what's causing that pain. So I love Deep Blue. So not only does it go hot and cold and you get that amazing, refreshing feeling on your skin, but it's also getting to work below the surface of the skin to help get to the root cause of that problem, right? Whether that be joint pain or just an injury or whatever that might be. So good for that. Another way I love Deep Blue is during that time of the month, right? When you've got those aches and pains. I don't know about you guys, but I get really achy joints probably on day 1 or 2 of my cycle. I get the most aching knees and ankles and hips. And so I love using Deep Blue to just soothe that. And then on top of that, those dreaded back issues where you just can't stand up straight, or you can't sleep through the night because you feel like you can't move. Deep Blue is fantastic for application topically, obviously, on the surface of your skin. if you are experiencing any back tension or back issues, it's fantastic for just helping you to get back to standing up straight, or help you to kind of sleep better through the night so you're not as uncomfortable. Fantastic. Deep Blue is fantastic for that. Do you guys have any questions for some of the other things? And remember, please keep it compliant. If you are going to ask questions, please keep this compliant or I will have to remove them. Anything you're like, oh my gosh, I need some help with this. I'm sure there's lots. There always is. Please ask questions. I don't bite. I love questions because it keeps things going. I also know Facebook's slow. Guys have any favorites? All right, you guys can throw your questions in and I will kind of chat about tomorrow. So I'm really excited to come hang out with you guys all tomorrow and chat about how to naturally and effortlessly manage your weight using essential oils. So I love using essential oils to help with weight management. I also want to share a few tips and tricks that aren't oils related that I love for weight management. And things that I've been using recently that have really helped me cut cravings and things like that. So tomorrow you are not going to want to miss this one. It is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a really good one. Allison, frankincense tastes awful. How do you put it under your tongue? You get used to it. I actually really love the flavor of it. I love the taste of it. I add it to smoothies, but I enjoy it. So I would recommend putting it under your tongue, holding it there for a few minutes, and then just drinking water or swishing around. But frankincense under the tongue, once you start to notice the benefits of it, you're gonna laugh when you thought it tasted bad. So once you started to notice it, you're not going to want to stop. So I hope you all have a fantastic night. I will be hanging out with you guys all here tomorrow. And just a reminder, if you want these videos sent directly to your inbox, let me know. You can subscribe using the link a few posts below, and I will make sure that I get that for you. Have an awesome night, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.